Okay, we're recording. Okay. Hi, my crafty friends. I am recording. I don't normally record hauls just because I'm a strong believer in using what we have and trying to not overconsume craft products. That being said, today was a stamp and scrapbooking expo in Washington State. And I've been to it several times in the past, twice in the past, and then we didn't have it for a couple of years because of COVID, and so this year it came back, so I really wanted to go. But my crafting process has grown so different over the last 2 years. I'm no longer making junk journals and stuff like that for other people, and I'm not really using stickers and stuff in my planner. What I figured out is that I really enjoy art journaling and trying different things and just doing it for the joy of doing it with no purpose and allowing that to be okay. So I went to the expo with a different frame of mind this time. I went with that of an art journal mixed media person, and it felt different. So I just thought I'd share with you what I still found incredibly wonderful opportunities for stuff to use in my personal journal, and a couple things that I do in swaps, because I do pocket letter swaps. But in the meantime, let's just dive into it. I'm going to show you what I got. I'm really bad with names, so I won't remember the booths. Some of them I will, because it's what's printed on the paper. So I'm going to start with this. This is by Crazy Creations, and these are incredible, and I don't think the camera is going to pick up, but what these black sheets are is they're outlines of pictures, and they're slightly raised, so it's almost like an embossing effect of an outline in the inner workings of a picture. Now this one happens to be of Rainy Girl, and I loved it. I wanted to do this paper doll. I'll probably create her without the chipboard tag and put her in my journal. But they have these packets. They used to sell them separately, and you could pick each one, and you'd buy like 5 and get the 6th one free. Now they have them bundled in themes, and I got this one because it's got coffee and books, which you still probably can't see, but I'm going to show you an example in a second. This was 6 packs for the price of 5, so it was $13.95 for 6 sets of stickers, which is a great deal. At the expo, they don't have that sale on the website. Crazy Creation has a website. I highly recommend going there and checking them out. These are so fun to work with, and let me show you what I've done in the past. I'm just going to make sure. I think these are my points of reference. I think you're in frame. Let's just double check. Yeah, you can see me. So, these black outlines, these witchy boots and this broom, they have texture to them. They're lifted just slightly off the paper. So it's almost like if you were to use them modeling paste with a stencil. It's that kind of lift. So it's so much fun. And they're just gorgeous. And you can color them in. They're meant to go on this. They sell this glitter paper, and you put it on there and you color it with Copic Markers. But I've used them for so many things. I had an apron set that I used in my family cookbook just to decorate it and highlight things. So there's just, this is my Halloween journal that I made to put all my family Halloween photos in. Anyways, so these are so much fun and such a great price point for the amount of stuff you get. These are full of outlines, and I just don't think you can see it, but it would be nice if you could. Go on their website. I totally recommend them. Crazy Creations with a K, actually with 2 Ks, and so much fun. The next thing I want to talk about is I passed a booth on the way in, and they had Tombos, but they also, the lady recommended these Marvy 1122 pins, which I have never tried. So I got 2. I got a basic black, because you always need a good black pin to art journal with, and rose, because why not? It's in my kind of color palette, I guess, that I'm working with right now. It seems like I kind of am leaning toward the pastel pinks. I also got 2 gelatos to try. This one is like a a metallic rose, and then this one is like a barely blush. It's called, I can't read it because of the glare, but I've never tried gelatos, so I got 2 in my color palette of what I like working with in my journal, and to match some of the other papers I got to just experiment with and try and see if I want to move on to more of them before. The cool thing about going to an event like this is you can pick up one-offs, try them out without having to buy a whole package of them, see if you really like them. So I got those, and then I found someone else who was selling Copic markers. She had only a few. She didn't have a lot of them, but she was selling them for like $4.99. So I picked up 2 because I have one. I haven't decided what I want to do coloring with. I use a lot of acrylic paints and stuff like that. So I wanted to try some of these just to check it out, and more for highlighting around things in the journal, underlining things, you know, kind of outlining things. So I got this very like basic color, what is it called? E70 soft rose, and then this dark gray, just to kind of, you know, do some shadowing and outlining with. Okay, another fun booth was, so the thing about the Scrapbooking Festival or Expo, there's a lot of scrapbooking packages, there's lots of dies, there's lots of stamps. The stamps all seem to be running towards the cartoon caricatures, which are great, but not really good for, it's more focused on card making and stuff like that. But you can find things that, like what I'm looking for my art journaling and my mixed media, is backgrounds. And I found some gorgeous ones, and this Rubbernecker Stencils had buy 4 get 1 free, and I found some really neat, I hope you can see them, really neat stencils, and they were only $6.95. Then this, I love this snowflake one, and it was only $5.95. And that, if you compare that to, like, don't get me wrong, I love Delusions, but their stencils are expensive, so $5.95 to just play around with something is way better. And then I loved this tree hollow. You could write in there or put pictures in there, and I just love the way that's kind of hidden in the trees. We camp a lot, so I just feel like this is really going to serve me well. Again, $5.95. And then this autumn leaf one was free. And I literally was like looking for, what am I going to get one for free? Because I have to get one more to find for free. It wasn't hard. I mean, they had beautiful stamps and stuff, but I just didn't see, yeah, I just don't see the purpose of character stamps. Like, how many times can I stamp a little cartoon of Wonder Woman in my journal over and over again? And to me, I like each page to be different, so that doesn't really serve me. But the whole point of this video is to show you that there are things that can serve you going to these with a different mindset. You don't have to be all about scrapbooking and card making to find some true treasures. So this next booth, I honestly don't know what the name of the booth was. They had a lot of different products, but I found some papers that I really liked. These are double-sided papers. They have gingham on one side and then lace and burlap-y texture on the other. I thought these would be really good for ripping and putting on as your base layer for art journaling over the top of. These came from a different booth. So along with this set, I found these die cuts that were a little piggy. I like pigs with wings. And this was a little piggy going to circus. I didn't want the whole paper pack, but I did get the journaling cards. They're very thin and a lovely texture, so I thought these will be fun to work with in the journal. And then I do make shakers for pocket letters that I send to pocket letter buddies. And I really wanted some, I have an entire collection of sequins and stuff. I didn't need any more of that, but I wanted some opalescent to just add some shimmer to my pockets. And these were really neutral. They're not like hearts or anything specific. They're just random sequins in that really opalescent, I don't know if you can see it, color. Then this was another booth, and it was these packs of 6x6 were $5. I kid you not, $5. There are 24 sheets of double-sided paper, 12 designs, so you can use each paper. And they're just, well, this one was writing, so it's got typographic type elements to it, script and stuff. And this one is called Thoughts Keeper, and it again had some little typographic, some leafy stuff in the background. Just seemed real good for just basically I bought paper to tear up. I mean, so then Sweet Sentiment stamps. I found this stencil as I was buying it. It was the last one. As I was buying it, people were like, oh, look at that. I've never seen a stamp like this. It has footprints of every different animal in trails. And the really cool part is I think you could take your inker and you could just follow one trail, or you could go over it in an area and just make, I just feel like this kind of stencil I could do so much with, especially camping and wilderness stuff that we do so much. It'll serve me well. This I actually looked for. It was at the Sweet Cinnamon Stamps as well. This was for a chamois. I just thought it was brilliant. I saw it on YouTube. I saw it on about 4 different channels, so I don't know who to credit. But yes, YouTube led me to it. So I looked for it while I was there. And you take, I got a chamois. You take your chamois to clean your stamps. And apparently you don't need soap or any concoction. You just wipe your stamps, get it wet, wipe your stamps. It cleans your clings and your red rubber stamps. But this, because you don't want something wet sitting on your desk, this you can put it in while it's wet and let it sit there on your desk. And then when you're done with it, close it up and it air dries instead of getting mildewy. But still not having anything wet sitting on your desk open for the cats to drag around, because yes, I have cats. So also from Sweet Sentiment, I got this, I want to say Burnisher. She had sold out and she had just gotten another package in. I was so happy I grabbed one. But it's for, so when you're ripping up and you're gluing down and stuff, you get those edges, and this just gives you that. You're always constantly with your fingers trying to get those edges down, and this just gives you that even pressure where you're not going to rip your paper and stuff. I thought it was brilliant. This is like a stiff felt, so you're not going to damage anything. And I have a brayer, and I thought about, do I really need this? Because I have my brayer, but the action, okay, I'm old. I'm in my 50s. The action, not to offend anybody older than that, but I feel old. So in my 50s, that brayer action is rough on the wrists, and I just felt like this is a much more ergonomic. I can get more pressure with little effort than trying to get it with the brayer. So I'm going to try it out. If it works, it was $8. Hope it works. Otherwise, I wasted $8. So then that was all I got from that booth. Then the next booth was basically like a toolsy booth. I don't even remember what they were called, but they had all the tools. So I got this for my shakers, which is brilliant because you can, you know, dump your stuff in there and get it back into your, it's so hard to get it back into the little jars, your glitter and stuff that you use for shaker pouches. Then these I've been using, hot gluing my shaker pouches closed because I don't have a fuse tool and I just can't justify the price of buying one for something I do once a month. So I found this size. They had all different sizes. This is 2x3. It will fit in my 9 pocket letter, but they're self-closing. They're stitched on the sides and they're self-adhesive, so you fill it up, seal it up. And I just thought this was brilliant for $2. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Got some tweezers that are super point, extra fine tweezers for $6. I guess I could take them out and show you, but the point is super fine. There, it's nice. They have a little cap on them so they don't get ruined. But I was looking at different tweezers, and actually somebody standing next to me said, I have these. They work brilliantly. Grab these. I mean, those are some... Don't poke anything with that because it's going to hurt, and that's nice that they have the little cap to go on them. But sometimes trying to get the edge of the sticker up, I can't tell you how many stickers I'm sitting there bending because I want to add it to my layout or something and I can't get it up, and this will work great for that. So that same booth had a bin of $5 dies. So again, stamps and dies are complicated for me because, like, how many times can you use the same item over and over again? But I liked these butterflies because they're super fine. They're going to make like a real lacy effect, and I can do it in any color paper for any layout. And I love adding scroll and lace work to stuff. So that I think I'll be able to use enough to justify $5. Feathers, again, they could be black feathers with stars. They could be white fluffy feathers. They could be, you know, whatever paper texture you use. You can do a lot with something as basic as feathers. And then just these little lacy doilies, which I have big doilies, but I didn't have anything this fine and little. So I just thought that would be a cute little element to add to some of my layouts. My qualifier was if I could use it more than once, it was okay. If it was something I was only going to use once and be done, I would not. The exception being at the Brad out, or the Eyelet and Brad outlet. That booth had a row of Brads that was 50% off, so they were literally $1.50 for this package. And it was typewriters and pointing fingers. Mostly the typewriters are what I'm at, and there weren't enough in here that at $1.50 that makes them like 20 cents each. I had to have them. I'm a writer. They need to go in my journal. On lots of pages. All the pages need a typewriter, right? And then I did just go through all my washi and get rid of it. And the funny thing is, not get rid of all my washi, but I did go through all my washi and got rid of quite a bit to size down and kind of try to live within my container. But then I discovered that what I really like is neutral washies to add to my background and stuff. I really started using that in my journal and just fell in love with it. So I did pick up not bright outspoken washies, but some neutrals. And these things, the washi tapes, I think they're neutral so they can go on multiple. Oh, I hate that it doesn't start off nice and you end up, I was going to pull this, but I probably should have started these before I started the video. Well, yeah, I'm not going to ruin these. Okay. So anyways, this is like script and postage letters, and I don't know if you can see it, if we can get some focusing, but then this one goes up and down, and it just has, you know, anything with books, I'm like, okay, that's mine. It has a bookcase on it here. So this one is kind of a coppery gold with a black background. This one is just script on some like craft paper colored tape. This is, what do you call this? Vertical instead of horizontal. More scripty stuff, signposts, letters. Yeah. This one's really cool. This one is roses and skulls, but they're outlined in rose gold. So probably won't use it as often as the others, but I will use it forever. So I do have a tendency to use my favorite washies until I use them up, so I don't feel bad about buying something like that. Then this is a flower pattern, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's holographic, and it's in rainbow. So it starts red, goes to yellow, blue, green, whatever. So I think that that's going to be fun to use on lots of different spreads. So that's everything. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent because it's ridiculous. But, you know, at $3 a pop, I can tell you it wasn't a lot. So, you know, the most expensive thing I bought was, well, would be this. And it's got 6 in it for $13.95. So, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it's fun. And again, going with the mindset of I'm looking for things that I can use over and over again, not things that I'm going to use one and done. They have gorgeous scrapbooking kits and, you know, die cuts and stickers and stuff like that. And that's not really where I'm at with my artistic journey. So this is more going to suit my purposes, and I hope that this gives you the reason. Again, I don't normally do hauls. The reason I'm doing this is to give you an idea that you can go into a place that is more focused on the one-time stamps and the scrapbook packages and stuff like that, and you can still find things that feed your process, so to speak, things that you can use. It doesn't have to be like, none of this is for scrapbooking. I don't scrapbook. So I art journal. So it's just a slight shift in your mindset, but yet you can still find things in these settings. So happy arting and have a lovely weekend. Thank you for listening. Bye.